even though it wasn't really the meta. So I think if Cream gets his hands on picks like that, picks Akali into the enemy Silas, we could really see him have a good performance.
All right, we've seen 100% win rate on blue side this day so far. OMG will start this second series off on blue side. EDG on red side banned away the Wukong, Zeri, and the Viego. Back to OMG side, they banned away the
OMG 強いんすか？俺全然知らないですけど OMG の選手。
Yeah, something he does lean on quite heavily and interesting, but I feel like when you have Viego and Wukong banned, it kind of puts higher prio on it to secure that one. So we got EDG go for, I mean, Felios for Viper kind of really...
クリーム。あ、このミッドが強いんだ。
And Callisto, which have been left open. We may end up just get able trading with something, you know, like a Jinx or even like an Ezreal can work into it. And, you know, the more things change, the more things stay the same as well. It feels like spring all over again.
They really do be. Nautilus and Felios locked in.
Oh, Afenoch.
What the OMG's going to be in their bot lane. I would expect them to go ahead and try to leave some things on the table and some things for themselves. I don't mind the Felios because I think...
まあそうやな、エズ出すよ。あ、これこれ LJL T シャツ。
They will go ahead and grab the Ezreal here, so a little bit of safety and some comfort for Abel.
Yeah, I think like mostly if you're into a Felios, you want to pick something that outranges it, and Jinx is the standard that we see, but Ezreal is something I feel like Abel's more comfortable on. And they pick up the Silas for Cream, which I think, you know, it's a great call. This is a champion that was blocked by it. We're starting to see him show up. You know Cream is good on this champion. Get him on something he's comfortable on, rather than trying to lean onto the control mages, which he looked okay at times. And also, you already have a good ult. You already have the ult from the Nautilus to steal away. And I think that's the thing with Silas. As long as you have one good ult to team fight with, you're kind of good to be able to pick it. Oh, and...
互いにミッドの主導権が欲しい。
You know, and actually, I want to specifically mention this. So, we saw EDG when JJ brought out the Vi before. I can't remember which series it was exactly, but they fell behind, and JJ was like, I'm just gonna put my body on the line. It was into an Ezreal, and he was just like, every time, just ult in and find this Ezreal and kill him and die for it. But it was pretty legendary to see. So, interesting they bring out again. We did see EDG one of the first to play the Vi Ahri combo together, but obviously Ahri is not available for Scout. We'll have to see what they go for there. We will get this which makes sense if you saw his performance against RNG, and also you have two melee champions already on your side. It would be very effective.
Yeah, and knowing where to target those second phase bans, I think, is super important. And trying to cool down Shanji a little bit, and maybe open up that volatility that we were talking about in terms of that top lane matchup. Zoe is the ban by OMG going into the second phase, so trying to dwindle down Scout's pool just a tiny bit.
ファームができるからだね。
Yeah, Zoe definitely something we've seen Scout bring out with a lot of proficiency, and you want something that you like
Twitch 側が
in the mid lane. Braum, I like as a ban because obviously again you have a lot of auto attackers who can proc it. Does a good job mitigating the pressure from the Nautilus. It'll be interesting to see what support we do get out for OMG, because you can obviously go in a range of directions. You can pick something like Leona, we've seen paired up with Ezreal a decent amount. You can also go for something like Rakan. You could go for the Yumi, which they're hovering before, but it'd be a bit bold.
ゼリの A レンジが短いから。
They will get ulted by Nautilus or Vi, and then the Yumi
で、ツイッチが結局6になって装備整ったらゼリ倒せるから。
Lockdown from Scout. And I mean, the way they've played this Vi is they've wanted to have someone who could follow up on the Vi engage.
ゼリってロングチェイスしてダメージ出しますけど、ツイッチの集団戦ってもうアルティメットの数秒間でダメージ出し切りじゃないですか。戦い方もゼリのパワーというか、そのゼリが殴って殴って殴ってみたいなのをやる前にツイッチが終了させるんですよ。集団戦。チュチュチュチュチュチュチュバーンっつってはい終わりってなるんで。
But I do feel like it's a little bit scary. We have seen the Silas Realm Warps work out pretty handily in the past, but also not so much. So I'm very excited to see this mid lane matchup, how it works out in pertaining to the mid jungle duos here. But now going into
OMG,
obviously still looking for support. It'll be the Leona, so some forward engage for Cold, and that'll be a nice combination with the rest of the combo.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of Leona and Ezreal paired up together. Obviously,
オーンでもいいけど、DP。シバーナ
And actually going to see Shyvana come out for Shanji, so bit of an interesting one coming the top lane. I'm interested to see what Shyvana will pick in response to this. Hovering on the Yone. See if he opts to bring this one out. I actually think the Kale could work here.
Okay. ランクプランク。まあまあまあ、でも EDG も構成悪くない。ミッド主導権からボットゲームだ。サイラス、バイトリーとサイラスライズのパワーでどっちが勝つか。低レベジだとサイラスの方がパワー高い、ね。
It's OMG vs EDG. A little bit of fun on this wonderful festive evening as it is just no.
リーファーストピックってもうミッド主導権だからね。絶対欲しいって考えてるピックだから。
It is with a bit of reservation. It is with a bit of respect because EDG do deserve.
あ、縦割りできるといいな、EDG 確かに。まあでもこれジャグの位置見に行きたいよな。うわ、最悪。最悪。スカウトのフラッシュが落ちた。
Yeah, and getting chunk. I mean, he's going to be able to reset in time, is he? No, I don't think he will. He just has to go in a lane at like 40% HP. So not only the flash being down, but also super low on health.
おお、もうこれもうミッド主導権取れない。ミッド主導権取るための構成なのに、EDG。
Yeah, a little bit of a blunder off the start coming out from Scout.
So, and this is looking, okay, Mako go for the level 1, no big deal. And this is looking in the future, in some cases, maybe a fall.
ボットゲームやるにはミッド主導権が絶対必要だからね。お、打つんね。当然狙われるよな、フラッシュないんだから。2レベルになった瞬間、関係なかった。
Yeah, really nicely played. Flash in to guarantee the stun.
最悪だな。
Finds the play.
Oh, level 2 for EDG's bot lane, and Cold getting some work done on him here. The ignite burned down. Cold trying to just walk away. The Calibrum, not enough damage today.
Yeah, and just a massive overstay in the lane. When you know the enemy's going to get level 2, you have to respect that. So OMG's bot lane struggling. The positive is that mid lane though, and Cream actually start with a Dark Seal. So it has those extra stacks. And a very nice path from Aki here. Knows the positioning of the ward from that invade. Dodges it. And here, as soon as the stun lands, the play is done. Connects it. Scout, no flash. Can't dodge away from the Sonic Wave. Easy pickup. And a big influx of gold for Cream on this Silas.
And that will enable the skirmishing that this top trio truly needs to be successful. I think it's a huge pickup there. But now it's about how they utilize that. We got the TP coming back in response for Cream. Onto the Rift here, has a couple Dark Seal stacks, has the tier as well in inventory. And now we look at the EDG response. They want to try to get something mid for Scout or for JJ. As Mako makes the flash play, the dredge line, the combo CC, it's 2 times, but it's on the other side this time. JJ picks up the kill. That was nicely executed.
まあそうよね。これが狙いよ
I
な。
mean, that just didn't look fair. I'm going to be real with you.
Both times didn't look fair.
ノーフラッシュは狙われるんよ。
From JJ Mako, going for that 3-man, making sure they have enough CC to lock down Cream. And obviously, it's kind of a trade-off,
この
right?
バイトのうちが狙われる
OMG
ぞ。
knew that Scout's flash was down, so they go for the play. But then, EDG know that Cream's flash is down, so they go for the reverse play and answer back. Does end up meaning it's a kill on JJ though instead, and you can see Aki taking his time to steal away a camp from his opponent.
Yeah, nice little side visit there from Aki, but it's still
なんかイニシエのトップレーンのさ、あれやってほしい。シバーナ、トランドル、レネクトン、ムンド。全員レッドスマイト持つ。いやまあ構成的にそれをしないといけない構成だからね EDG は。これライズがミッドプッシュ勝ちしてノーチとライズのアルティメットのプレッシャーでバイがミッドボットどっちか仕掛けるっていうのがこの構成の狙いだから。でドラゴン取ってってっていうのが展開的に狙ってんだよね。で OMG も同じなんだよね。サイラス中心にゲームメイクして サイラス D でキル取りながら、エズリアルのプッシュ勝ちできればレオナが不利になるよっていう。まあ、お互い結構似てるから、ミッドボットでフラッシュが落ちると、大抵そこ狙いに行く。この構成は。逆に狙いに行かないと何やってんだって言われるぐらいまである。シバナが、私はドラゴンが絶対欲しいですつって寄ってきた。私にはドラゴンが必要です。
You know, it's flat resistances. I believe it's 5 armor and MR for each dragon taken. That's going to make the most difference in the early game, right? So that first dragon, you've essentially just given a bunch of extra stats to your top laner for, you know, that little investment of time into picking up that neutral.
Which is exactly what you need, right? I think Shanji's getting pretty heavily pressured by Flandre in this top side. Hasn't hit level 6 yet, waiting on that dragon's descent to be available for him to really put the pressure back. But again,
まあないよりはあった方がいいでしょ。
situation from both top laners at this point because you have the global utilization of the cannon barrage for Flandre and no real
またミッド狙って。で、ライズと一緒にボットに消えて、これでボットにだいぶプレッシャーかけて、ボット下がらして、で、リーがトップに移ってるから、これでアフェリオスチャクラムだったらタワープレート1枚2枚っていう。このゲーム展開を EDG はこの構成を狙ってる。
You know, I guess in League of Legends, oh my god, I don't get to speak about it. I really wanted to know too. The flash comes through, and it's going to be Lockdown City for Kareem. He tries to flash away here. JJ needs to try to get the safeguard. Huge from Aki. He doesn't have the kick yet, though. Here comes the charge in from JJ. The rest of the lockdown is there, and Scout gets his kill.
Every time it's just Mako diff, right? It's like the play there. Aki's there to defend, has flash, should be able to get out, but no, Mako's there, manages to find the CC. Cream does survive, but EDG edging ahead in this mid lane matchup. It should be able to get some pressure around this Herald area. However, it's an early kill. You know, Aki's already back up on the map. They won't really be able to do much, and the timer isn't quite there. We're going to replay coming out.
チョビだね。多分ミッド最強はチョビだね。このメタは。レーン勝ってくれるから。
Into the Vault Breaker from the Vi, and then yeah, it's just the fact Mako's here, and obviously you can see Cold is like walking up but miles away.
It is a long walk, but all worth it in the end. And the cease and desist being utilized there nicely to get the lockdown. That's exactly what EDG were looking for when they drafted this composition. Dragon's Descent is not available yet, and here comes the cease and desist. Shanji in some trouble here. He does not get out.
そう、バンされないように止まってるよりは。バイの Q は AOE だから。
Not much you can do, and kind of burning it to have that as a trading tool into the gangplank, but ends up backfiring. And now with EDG, they pick up that kill, looking towards the Herald. Bear in mind, Shanji has no TP.
やっぱバイ強いね。パワーある。問題は集団戦が難しいことなんだよ。
Try to get there, but as we've seen with objectives, just a little bit too late means you're not there for the party.
Yep, and here's the great thing for EDG. They get the kill, they get the Herald, they don't even have to move the AD carry up. So it's not like, you know, sometimes you see teams heavily commit into that first Herald, and then the enemy AD carry picks up a bunch of plates, a bunch of gold. Not the case here. EDG just essentially get a freebie.
They do, and it will work out nicely for them. 1,000 gold in the lead.
まあでも序盤勝つためだけとかだったらありだけどね。序中盤だけマジでワンピックみたいな。
And as you were saying, very high likely to put some more priority on those dragons for a side of OMG. Just get Shanji's extra strats in the side lane. Gonna need it against this game.
ディエゴを正しく使えないんだったら、あい使ってもいいと思うけど。
Seeing a little bit of aggression down bot lane for EDG, but I'm looking at JJ for the Rift Herald as Aki is looking top lane.
ウーコンとちょっとビエゴが強すぎるのが問題なんですけど。
Try to just get some damage down there onto Flandre. We'll have it up for a little bit, and maybe they're looking for a dive here.
I think they are.
They are. The flash comes out.
おー、うまー。
Flashes away.
フランドール。
I mean, Shanji might need to back away at this point.
オレンジ食ってフラッシュアウトしてリーの Q を避けた。
They still want it. They're forcing it here. They do get it as Aki.
うまかったけど、ミニオンが多すぎたな。
That's a nice little bit of execution for OMG to pick up a kill.
And here's the mental games, right? So normally, if you see the enemy Shyvana ulting towards you, like, okay, maybe the jungle's here. But because Shanji did it earlier, Padre probably just thought, oh, this guy's trading with me again, and doesn't run away from the tower, and as a result, even though he outplays the initial dive, they're able to drop
なる
aggro
ほ
and
ど。
find
ド
it
ラゴンの
again.
ためにアルティメット
Bit
残
of
したんだ
mental
じ。
warfare
R
paid off
使ってればっ
OMG.
ていうのがあった
Get
け
a
ど。
couple of plates to get the
これ
kill.
ドラゴンファイトのために
And
アル
ultimately,
残した。
we didn't see a response from JJ. Normally, if you make a play on one side of the map like that, you'd expect the Herald to be
それが分か
slammed
っ
on
て
the
るんで
other
ドラ
side.
ゴンフ
They're
ァイ
now
トしない
posturing to look for this, but bear in mind, Cream has TP, Lee Sin is coming. They have to make this quick, otherwise there will be a response.
It looks like the response is going to be there just
ホットダイブ警戒用のワードを帯びてる。だからもうドラゴン取るしかない
They
ね。
know they're being scouted out as they go. The
Ah,
scout
that's-
returns to the mid lane. Dragon pulled out by EDG, and this will be another objective for EDG.
Yeah, able to deny that dragon and equalize.
エズがファームできてんだよね。
Secure that one.
エズのファーム削れてない
Just。to stop the stacking, slowing it
ホット
down.
ダイブこれ2回目なんだけどプレッシャーかかったの。エズのファームが結局
Ends up getting kicked, able to use the oranges and the flash, and then just buys all the time. But the problem is the wave doesn't get cleared. He goes to the barrel on the Shanji. The problem is his barrels at this point wouldn't clear those casters, and then they just end up going for the redive. Aki was full HP. He can easily tank.
All right, I'm going to go back to my question now. Since there's so many dragons, I just can't get it off my mind. Are you a big D&D guy?
I
Dungeons
guess,
and
yeah,
Dragons?
why?
What's your favorite kind of dragon? I will let you utilize D&D dragons, or you can utilize League of Legends dragons. What's your favorite kind of dragon?
Well, I'm also a bit of a RuneScape gamer, so big fan of green dragons. They're my homeboys out in the wilderness.
All right, so green dragon.
レオナが置いたコントロールワードが消されちゃう。
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I would say mine, and we're talking all totality gold dragon. I would say would be mine. But if we're looking at League of Legends dragons, I would say
あ、ついに捕まった。
Cloud Dragon. I like Cloud Dragon. It looks cool and it attacks
お
fast.
ヒヤッとした。
I know that's nothing to do with like analytics, but that's just me. We got dragons everywhere. I don't know how you expect me not to talk about dragons. I mean, look, Sanji's playing a dragon at this point. Rift Herald is utilized in mid lane. They will get some plates for Scout as my brain just continues to return to dragon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just resisting the urge to make the very juvenile dragon-related joke, which isn't broadcast.
ライズがいるからな、下手なエンゲージできないんだよね、俺。
You are, I'm gonna keep doing it until you.
Team is
Yeah, I am. I mean, hey, you never know what could
そう
happen.
YouTube の音が
I don't know what could happen at this point.
マイクに乗っちゃってた。
TP now utilized by Abel into the bot
サイ
lane.
ラスでないとハベスターとか殺意しかない。
Now for himself, and it's just a bit of
だからトップシバーナいっぱいやってるらしいですよ、この選手。
about a minute and a half until the Rift Herald.
Oh, cool. Okay, we actually seen this by the way this game. So
崩せないね。EDG がマジでミッドボット崩したいってやってんだけど、全然崩せない。
けどオセアンドラケじゃなくてグリーンドラゴンって言うんだよね。
I said, maybe Night Harvester if you want a more ability haste. Cream has gone for Night Harvester. So if anyone is not familiar, they buffed Night Harvester. It used to have 15 ability haste and now has 25.
あ、英語キャスター
It
が
also has the ability haste mythic
グ
passive.
リーングリーン。
And we all know
そうやって書いてんじゃないの、
you
海
want
外の
to
方。
stack ability haste for days. So as a result, you are able to get your W on a really short cooldown. Part of it also is Everfrost had the root nerfed. It's no longer a 1.5 second root. It's now just a 1 second root. So I can kind of
Green
understand
Drake.
the thought process behind this.
まあでも色で分けてたらグリーンだけどね。
Down into Everfrost into Q combo.
緑だけどね。
From Silas.
The combos need to be executed pretty quickly. I will say Abel is just. He's got to feel like somebody's watching him at this point. EDG has had eyes on him the entire time. He's been like finicking around in the bushes, walking around. He's just like, you know you're there, dude. You know you're there. You can't do anything to walk away from this one. We are seeing a little bit of attention, at least from Aki, as he's on his blue buff now. Rift Herald coming up in just a bit, but JJ, he's
インパ
packing
とカレ
down
ット
towards
ド
his
ラゴン
bottom
になる
lane.
のか
Realizing that with OMG
そうそう
potentially
そう。
putting focus towards that Rift Herald, they can make a play.
レッドドレイク。
Yeah, I feel like OMG might just look towards the
また壊しに行ってる。
Honestly,
あ、
yeah.
ついに捕まった。
Look for it.
お前さすがにやりすぎやぞ。
The Realm Warp is trying to get JJ out.
my
Nice delivery
lord.
system.
It's the fact that worked.
ついに対応され始めてる。
Kick and knock him out of it in time, but
ただ、ボットのタワーはおかげでかなり削れてるな。
Abel won't find an Abel. He's actually choking Mako. Mako ults in response, but like, you ain't following up on that one.
Cease and desist is available here, and Aki will find
あー、フラッシュがない。
Rage kick back, and JJ is just down. Kill goes to Cold.
Scout.
TP's coming in. A plenty. Scout's all by his lonesome. And OMG gets the kill on that one. Dragon's Descent comes out from Shanji. He's just buying some time here. True Shot Barrage coming through onto Viper here as well. Cream
うわ、いっ
around the
て
edge. Might be looking for it, but needs to back off after the trinket is used.
ベースダメージいかれてんだよな、シバーナ。
うめえ。
He's happy to force him away, and now I saw the TP. I was like, maybe this is gonna be Flandre coming in, going for 5v5, but he was gonna be in a bad position. But Scout ends up just in the mix there, instantly decimated, instantly deleted, and OMG will be rewarded with the tower. It's 15 seconds on Dragon.
ちゃんとプレスアタック発動させてから打たないとあれだけどね。まあプレスアタック発動させやすいからな、シバーナ。
See if Aki can pick this up in time. But yeah, we're gonna replay it coming out, and you know, it's just Mako ends up being in the ult.
どうせ悪魔の包容のビルドでしょ。これアイスボンガンドレットから。で、タンクビルドでしょ。
You don't know where Aki is. There's no reason to be here. And then to make matters worse, Scout also TP's in just to die.
Like dominoes falling here on a Monday night.
アラムでもいい履いてる時だけマジでバケモン。
フューリーなくなったらミニオン叩かせてくれーっつって一生懸命殴ろうとするけど AS 遅すぎて殴れないんだよね。俺のフューリー、俺のフューリーっつって殴るんだけど。
Gold's actually fairly even. It is an advantage for OMG, but not by much. So,
確かに色ド
despite
ラ
the
ゴン
fact
の
that
が分か
OMG
り
came
や
out
す
ahead
い
in
け
that
ど
play,
そのままってい
EDG
う
is still kind of
笑
happy. I am looking though to see where the Herald is used by OMG. Probably going to use it mid, break down that mid tier 1, open up the map, especially as they've
コミュニティ言葉っていうのがあるんですよ、なんか。
And you can see this is where OMG quite comfortable playing out in the side lanes, having cream in
ウ
one
ル
lane.
トっていう表現もコミュニティ言葉だからね。日本独特だと思うよ。
ちゃんとやってれば全体でごまか
ウルトっていうのって多分日本だけだしな。
He's also got the frost skin for the Shyvana. So hey, it's about the
He's
synergy.
on theme.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. What's your favorite Shyvana dragon skin?
Bro, I don't play Shyvana. I don't see
come
Shyvana in pro
on.
play. How am I supposed to answer that? You know,
Alright,
I think I got in like a chest the
Kindle ジェムだからマジで見
Hey,
てみ
I
らん
like
ぞ
it.
っ
That's
ぽ
my
い。
favorite. I like it.
なんならス
You're
カト
fine
の
with
墓
me,
見だ
Ox.
し。
You're fine with me. But what else is fine is OMG taking down another tower. That's all 3 towers falling within just a couple minutes.
Yeah, really rapid pickup, decent amount of gold, but I think the major thing is that the map being opened up, allowing people like Cream to potentially fish for flanks on the back of that. But, you know, EDG, they still have strong stand.
お、熱いな。
They still have an Aphelios, and they are looking for some cream.
They're looking for some cream, all right. Hopefully it's fresh. Hopefully it's not out
誰
of
も映ってないから警戒してる。
We'll see Aki though as a bit of defense, and Cream will make it out alive in that aspect of it. So EDG backing out, not going to pull the trigger on that one. They've been very quick to do so.
今のミニマップに誰もレッドサイドのプレイヤーが映らなかったからサイラス警戒したね。
Setting up the team, at least so far on the Nautilus, and even with you know some
千
of the
葉の
bounce
どっ
backs
か
that
は
we've seen
80
from
年くら
OMG,
い35度超えたことないらしいですよ。
マジでそこに引っ越そうかな。
They do show such a great strength in terms of mechanics, in terms
そろそろ引っ越したいんだよね。
making these plays.
I think it's quite cool to see such a difference from our first series where a lot of these players are being patient, fishing for windows, not wanting to overstep or be punished. Whereas it did feel like
ちょっと長いことここに住みすぎて。
throwing themselves at each other. But yeah, OMG happy to take this one slow. But EDG, again, they know they have Viper to Aphelios. We talked about this guy at the start of the day.
今のサイラスのビルドって画面に足りないと言ったりよくわからん。
Won't be as significant, and he will become problematic as this game goes on.
Ezreal though, not too shabby in his own right, I feel like, and having now completed the Muramana has a bit of a power spike in his own corner at least, and Warmog's picked up for Shanji, so a lot of health there.
ナイトハーベスターサイラスって強いの？
Which at this point I feel like it's going to be very, very important because in the way that EDG want to set up, they have
火力は
they also have a lot
出るか。まあバフ入ったからでもバフ入ったのって 12.12 とかじゃなかったっけ？ああ、ミシックボーナス。確かにミシックボーナス。 ナイトハーベスターが OP なんだ。なんかバフ入ったじゃないですか。ナイトハーベスターとか、なんでしたっけ、シャッタードクイーンクラウンとか、シャッターズクイーンクラウンか。その影響で、ゴールド換算値が変わって、みたいな感じなのかね。
最近タリオとかも持つよね。
そうそうそう。
千葉の勝浦だった。今日最高気温24度らしい。
いいな、24度。涼しいな。でも、冬めっちゃ寒そう。俺寒い方がダメだから。エンゲージ。取られた。けど、R 打てない。R レオナに打ったら負けちゃうから。サイラスがトップに移ってたからね。今戦いたかったんで。OMG うまいですね。サイドのボットレーンのミニオンとトップレーンのミニオンをロストさせながら、これライズがトップに移ってるんでエンゲージ考えてます、ね。なんで速攻でテレポート使いましたね。ただテレポート後の狙われるライズだ。サイラスの R がどこに行くか。おー、そうだよね。サイラス待ってたよね。アフェがめっちゃいいダメージ出したけど、関係なかった。サイラスが。あ、コミュニケーションエラー。フラッシュアウトする。お、ワーモグでめっちゃ回復してる。ワーモグでめっちゃ回復してるから、もう一回戦えるっつって。俺ワーモグある。ドラゴンいけるっつって言ってる。めっちゃ回復してる。
If they secure the objective in the end, OMG are the benefactors, but yeah, Scouts TP, a little bit suspect for the second time in a row.
Little bit, just kind of forcing his team, as I said, to defend that position no matter what, and it does not work out to some extent for them.
We're gonna get a replay of that fight, and I wanna highlight a couple of moments.
多めに行くんだ。フルタンクなんだ。紅葉積まないのかな。どっかで積むんだと思うけど。
ワーモグアイスボーンでのダメージやばいよね。基礎ダメのおかげか。
ダメがいかれてますね。あ、タンク、シバーナが全部攻撃を受け持って、アルティメット離脱して。あーフェリオスがDC に蹴られたのか。フラッシュなかったからね。多分蹴られてあそこ行かなんだよ。いや、サイラスバフのおかげでマジで強いよ。やっぱ蹴られたんだ、リーにこれ。ああ最悪最悪だ。蹴られたんじゃなくて。これ LPL だね。こんばんは。本当だ。TFT のシバーナだ。オーメンワーモグ。いや、サンファイヤかな。フロストファイヤがアンドレッドはちょっとね、ないんでね。JJ めっちゃ怒られるやつ。画面に映ってなかったからな、バイパー。 あいつがボットにいるのに。ああ、シバーナがめっちゃいいポジションに入った。あ、でもライズ無視か。いや、関係ねえ。シバーナが強い。シバーナが強い。ああ、シバーナが強い。ああ、行くぞ、こいつ下手したら。いや、ほらほら、いたいたいたいた。ドラゴンパラダイス。
これ星さんのレイジウィングシブアーナですか？わら。マジこのキャラ。まるでタワーが存在しないかのような。楽しそう。
ADC 守ってやれよ、これ。マジで。俺がキルを取るんだっつってみんな前に出た結果。エズよくこれ取ったな、マジで。これエズが GP 取ってなかったらマジ大変なことになってたけど。あ、ケミパンクチェーンソードね。ADC の皆さん、今までケミパンクチェーンソードはゴールド換算率が悪いと言われ、買いたくないアイテムナンバーワンだったんですけど、現在のケミパンクチェーンソードはゴールド換算率がとんでもなくいいアイテムになったので、重賞が欲しい場合はぜひともケミパンクを積みましょう。128%か7%ぐらいあるんですよ、このアイテム。ゴールド換算率。めっちゃ高いですよ。AD が10伸びました。なので、ケミパンク下手したら、プレイヤーによっては確かね、プロシーンでもセカンドアイテムで買ってるプレイヤーいましたね。それぐらい今、ケミパンクが注目されてるアイテムなんで、今後増えてくると思う、競技シーンでケミパンクチェーンソード持ってるプレイヤーが。
Yeah, Shanji will go on to it. Obviously, one of the big things is when your dragon form runs out, you're a lot less useful. But he'll heal up with warmogs, he's throwing them away, he gets the dragon. More armor and magic resist, as if he needed it. Yeah. And as I said, if OMG get Ocean Soul, bear in mind, Grievous Wounds was nerfed. Grievous Wounds is only 40% empowered, 25% reduced. You cannot tell me that Shanji will take damage.
実装されてないアイテムをちょっとアイテム困る。
Pen items are going to come in. Low Doms for Viper will make a big difference. Low Doms has already completed for Flandre. We even have a Black Cleaver and JJ. Like, they're going all out to try and make sure that this dragon will go down.
You absolutely have to. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. They will dominate your backline if you don't have a way of dealing with the upfront tankiness that's coming through, right? And you're looking at a Bramble now completed for Shanji, so Viper's even going to have a worse time of it.
ずっと崩されなかったし、ボットに入ってくるところのキャッチをついに成功させたところから一気に流れが OMG に来てますからね。
OMG are pushing around Baron, but there's no massive pressure on them taking this because obviously they can't just lean into the dragon where they're one away from Soul. But if they find the window, they'll definitely look for it, find the opportunity. We just see Abel pick up the Frozen Heart, so he's really come along in the build. Doesn't have a Sereldas yet, interestingly enough. But there isn't too many super tanks on EDG, so not much of a concern. They will just start this up.
いや、お互い上手いですけどね、マジこの試合、本当お互いやりたいことが明確で、めっちゃおもろいですよ。いや、この、リスナーさんおすすめしてくれて、マジでグッジョブ。バイオリーが蹴ったな。だぞ、ドラゴンが。エズ、うまくねさっきから。ああ、止められない止められない止められない止められないザ・モンスターだ。
アイズさんこのシブアー アナ悪魔の包容持ってましたっけ？強い、わら。
Scout trying his best here, but Cream shuts him down, and OMG shut down Ace
足
EDG.
が速いぞこのドラゴン。
Bro, what is this champion?
アーモグアイスボーンなんだよな。
He's
誰
immortal.
かこの化け
Just
物を
walks
止め
a
てくれ
Viper.
フルタン
And
クっ
what
て
can
な
he
ん
do?
だ
Mako's
わ
even
ら。
playing Instruct. It
とは
doesn't
ドラ
matter.
ゴン
Like
に
that
は勝
fight
てね
should
え。
have been okay for EDG. They killed Cold. Abel got caught out, but no. Shanji just walks a Viper. That's enough. Apparently.
That is
なんか全盛期のムンドを見てるみたい。
OMG is
ああいつ誰も溶かせねえっつって。
and it is back to the fight that decided it all.
Yeah, so like, okay, initially they kill Cold, he does stop watch to buy time, but then Abel goes forward, gets rooted and bursts.
バイパーめっちゃうまいんだけどね。こっからなんだよな。めちゃくちゃスキルよけてんだけど、もうこっから関係ないからな。こっからもうただの殴り合いなんだよね。スキルよけるとかそういう話じゃないんだよ、もう。おパワーで押しつぶされてる。
まっすぐ行ってぶっ飛ばす。コースと持ってるから逃げきれない。ダブルつけて殴るだけ。
6000ダメージ。
こんなことが許されていいんですか？面白すぎるだろ。
うわー、シバナがストップウォッチ持ってる。シバナがストップウォッチ持ってるよ。体力5000あるよ、あのシバナ。
これがお前の相談なのか？リオット。
Okay, now some shred has come through. You can see as the cannon barrage hits, does a decent amount of damage to Shanji, but he still has the dragon's descent, and he'll go ahead and pop it now. I'm sure he'll okay. They're just gonna go for the inhib.
Dude, he just doesn't. Why did he doesn't even respect them? He can just walk up. It's like I'm raw. He has warm up.
Look at his healing. Oh my god, that's so dirty.
海洋圏。
Game's over. We next it. We next it. EDG know that as well. They know this.
They're
This
gonna get
Shyvana
caught
will
here.
1v5 the whole
He's
team.
literally just gonna walk straight into them. They're in a chokehold here, in a choke point, and now kick back on a scout. He goes golden, but we've seen this time and time again, and Scout is gonna get taken down first, though, because
誰か止めてくれ。あのシバナ止めてくれ。
two members of EDG
ストップウォッチがあるんだ。
Vigil buddies put in the dirt in OMG. They'll take game one. EZ.
I am just amazed, Mazel. How is this legal? How is this Shyvana allowed to be played? Like, just taking 0 damage every fight just felt unwinnable. I don't know what else to say.
ナーフしよ
I guess. One rookie off
う。いや、これはナーフだ。
Now we're seeing why.
He has turned himself into a literal